When the Sky Rained Flesh, a true story stranger than fiction. On a clear afternoon in March of 1876, the quiet farmlands of Bath County, Kentucky, became the stage for one of the strangest events ever recorded. It was not a storm of hail, not rain, not snow. According to sober witnesses, the sky opened and raw meat began to fall. The incident took place on the farm of Mrs. Allen Crouch. She later said she had been making soap on her porch when the first fragments drifted down. At first, she thought it was snow, but the sun was bright, the air warm, and the sky without clouds. Only when the pieces struck her yard and fence did she realize this was not frozen water. It was flesh. Neighbors rushed to the scene. They reported seeing strips and hunks falling across an area roughly 100 yards long and 50 wide. Some pieces were no bigger than a finger, while others were the size of a hand. They lay scattered on the grass and roof, glistening red in the light as though some invisible butcher had flung his scraps across the countryside. Reactions were divided. Some saw a divine sign, a warning or curse. Others whispered about disease, fearing a heavenly plague. But curiosity soon overpowered fear. A few locals did the unthinkable. They tasted it. Some claimed it was mutton, others venison. A hunter insisted it tasted like bear. No one agreed. Samples were collected and sent to scientists and universities. Newspapers pounced on the story, christening it the Kentucky Meat Shower. Reports appeared nationwide. Physicians peered through microscopes, publishing contradictory findings. Muscular fibers, cartilage, lung tissue, even fat. One theory suggested it was nostoc, a jelly-like algae that swells after rain. But the look and texture of muscle made that impossible. This was not algae. This was meat. Theories multiplied. Was it debris flung from some explosion? A mutilated animal carried and torn by storms? Superstitions supplied darker guesses. Witchcraft, omens, a literal rain of blood. But gradually, scientists advanced one unsettling explanation. Vultures. Vultures, when startled, are known to vomit their last meal in order to take flight quickly. If a flock had been circling high above the Crouch farm and suddenly spooked, they might have disgorged their stomachs all at once. The scattered, half-digested flesh below would then be nothing more than carrion returned to Earth. Disgusting though it was, the explanation fit. The sizes matched what one might expect from the stomach contents of large scavengers. The suddenness of the shower could be explained by a flock startled in unison. The silence described by witnesses matched too, meat falling with no sound but the wet slap of landing. Even so, the image defies belief. A Kentucky housewife stirs soap, glances upward, and suddenly chunks of meat are tumbling from a clear sky. Children stand frozen in awe. Men hold dripping flesh in their hands. Neighbors gather in disbelief. And all around, the countryside remains perfectly still, blue sky overhead, the world unchanged, except for the raw meat strewn across the fields. The meat shower never happened again. No other farm or town has recorded such an event. It remains unique, a singular case in meteorological history. Skeptics dismiss it as rumor, yet samples were studied, reports printed, and witnesses swore under oath. Something happened that March day, something no fiction writer could have invented without being laughed off the page. The Kentucky Meat Shower stands as a reminder of how fragile our sense of order can be. We expect the sky to give rain, snow, or hail, never flesh. Fiction must make sense, must play by rules of story. But truth is under no obligation. It can be revolting, absurd, or terrifying, and still be true. For a few unforgettable minutes in 1876, Bath County stood beneath a sky that bled. Whether the cause was divine omen or the digestive system of startled vultures hardly matters. To those who lived it, the day meat rained from heaven was proof that the world is stranger than we will ever be able to explain.